Hey guys, this session we'll be talking about rental because upcoming there are two particular projects that are a little bit more closer to the MRTs, and a lot of people have this impression that once uh, you have something that is near MRT, you wouldn't have a problem trying to rent out, and then I'm gonna get high rental yield, which is gonna contribute to my gains, whatever, all this, right? So let's take a look further, deeper look into all these rental yield things and have a observation on whether this should actually be your main focus when it comes to investment. Ultimately, when it comes to property investment, we are looking at overall yield. That's why it is important for us to really know what is the ultimate goal in mind, rather than just rental yield should always be one of the factors. Okay, but should it actually be the main focus? Let's take a look. This is the first project that we are looking at, one of the highest yield that you can find in Singapore. This is project name, and then we take a look at this implied rental yield. Roughly you have 6.76%. How are you going to get 6.76? And if you factor in the leverage factor, that's going to be way higher. But does it mean that this is going to be the best investment that you can make, or should you even be buying this particular development just for the rental yield so that you can maximize your passive income, or the what you call it, financial independence, retirement, all these whatever terms lah. Okay, let's take a look. 6 point something, very high percentage. But if you look at the past 10 years, overall performance for the past 10 years, it's quite a roller coaster ride. I don't know about you, but if I was thinking, if I'm gonna sink like $1 million or more, or quite a huge chunk of my net worth, I wouldn't want my assets to be on the roller coaster ride. This is a little bit too much for my heart to take. But some people just like excitement, or some people just love adrenaline rush. Maybe for physical activity or enjoyment or recreation purpose. But if you're talking about assets, working so hard, you're slogging hours and hours for your work, and then you're treating your financial assets, like some child's play. I really don't know what to say. Maybe you shouldn't even be watching this channel. Because my channel, I think those of you who know, I'm very particular about numbers. I'm not too emotional when it comes to investments. There are only certain things in my life that I'm a little bit more emotional, a little bit more what do I say, more towards my personal preference. But those tend to be not as big ticket items as property. Property to me should always be something that makes a lot of sense before you even buy. But a development like Le Regal, I think it's a little bit too much for my heart to take. And if you really draw a line across on the average for the past 10 years, I really don't think that this is something that I will personally accept, even though rental yield is one of the highest in the entire Singapore. As for the profitable transactions, let's take a look. The highest over the past, so imagine this guy over 10 years, he's made 100k. Well, it's a very decent profit considering the quantum size investment, blah blah blah. But it's not exactly very decent if you compare to some of the developments in recent years. So imagine 10 years, you make 100k. Rental wise, maybe you make but maybe net how much can you make? I think easily less than 200k after loss, after all your causes, everything. And how much have other people made in the past 10 years? Is this the wisest place to put your money and your name inside property? And let's not even talk about people who lose money. There are 11 transactions that lost money, 19 of them made money. So total of 30, I would say maybe about 2/3 of them made money. And we haven't even taken into account all these people that probably overall lost money. Okay, this is one project that is one of the highest in terms of rental yield in Singapore. Let's take a look at another one, which is like what we say, they're very close to MRT. Very good location, Sky Suites at Anson. Quite decent. Rental yield at 5%. Where how many places is gonna offer you 5%? Well, let's take a look. If you can jump in because of the 5%, it's like basically people who buy stocks just for dividend yield. So if you have dividend yield that's like 7%, 8%, or even 10%, why is it is that too good to be true? Why is it at 10%? And will the stock price keep going up? Is there a reason why? How come 10% everyone in Singapore is not chonging in to go and buy that 10% dividend stock? Is there a reason why behind? Is the fundamental strong enough? And this, I think, is a very typical example of why you shouldn't be just buying because of, this place is going to be easy to rent out, there's going to be rental demand, yield is going to be high, MRT, all these factors, everything, location is good. That's why it wouldn't be a problem to rent out and rent out at a good price. Yes, you can rent out at a good price, but can your rental yield cover your capital loss? I definitely personally won't be looking at such thing. Imagine I bought it at the price. Today, are we at an all-time peak? I will think most people will agree, right? So imagine if today you're buying at this price. At any other development, it doesn't have to be Sky Suites. You're buying this price, 10 years later, it becomes like this. Even if you do have one of the highest rental yields in Singapore, you are definitely, I think, very, very unlikely going to cover this amount of capital loss. Then what's the whole point? I mean, I'd rather you park the money in CPF or do some other things, or maybe even fix it. You're going to emerge way more profitable than such a move. But unfortunately for these people, they are the guinea pigs that we are observing, and I think thankful for them because of them we are seeing trends like this happening, and we try not to get into such investments. Out of all the profitables and unprofitables, ratio is 59 to 27. Total profits highest ever is only about 200,000 for Sky Suites, and then highest loss ever is 372,000. I think this is way too much of a roller coaster ride, and it's not even an uphill roller coaster ride. It seems more like a downhill roller coaster ride. I don't think this is a good investment at all. I'm sorry. Then you have this one also almost right beside MRT, Aljunied MRT. Implied rental yield also 4 point something percent. Once you nowadays, if you can get something that's 4% above, it is a good rental yield. And all these are talking about gross. We're not talking about net rental yield. Okay, so all these are gross rental yield. We're not even factor in those things like ROI, blah blah blah. If you can have gross rental yield of 4 point something percent, this is really, I think, very good really lah. There's not much to complain lah. If you want to complain, just go and hope for another round of Tesla. I don't think property is the place for you, and I wouldn't want Singapore property to be like that anymore because it's too much of a roller coaster ride. Please go back to 20 years ago. That's probably a better time for you to to speculate. Now this market is not for you to chao. If you, those of you who are looking to chao and make a truckload of money within the next 1 to 2 years, 3-4 years, when I mean truckload, I'm talking about millions, like how it used to be. Then please stay away from our market. I don't think we will want disruption like this. We don't want another Fujian coming in to whack all the property prices out. This is not healthy for the rest of us decent folks, decent normal average folks trying to make a living over here. Okay, and then trade residents, you can see is went up, then they came down, blah blah blah. It's not exactly a very, very decent trend, although I would say maybe it's more of overall it's still a little bit higher. But if you look at the movement, while other developments have emerged on the profitable side by more than 300 to 500 PSF, these guys like only 100 PSF. And would you want your investment to only appreciate by 100 PSF in 10 years? I don't think this is a good investment gain at all. Okay, let's just be clear. The good thing is that nobody lost money over here. They are quite almost 100% of them are profitable, but you need to look at the amount of profits that they are making. Is this a very, very good profit margin overall? Because you factor in the years of cost of ownership and everything else, there are definitely quite a lot of developments they are doing way, way, way better compared to this particular development. And that's why rental yield, even though you have very good location, you have MRT or whatever here and there next to you, you can rent it out very easily. You can rent out at a higher price, but it may not be the best thing for your investment. Then we look at some of those that are below the 4% mark. This one is Bartley Ridge MRT. Yes, beside Bartley MRT. Yes, I know it's MRT, but we'll take a look at other things later. On the other hand, even though this one is near to MRT, but it has lower rental yield, 3 point something percent. But does this really is this really a deal breaker just because a property has lower rental yield? This is a much healthier chart we want to see, right? And then if we take a look at the amount of profits that these people are making, the highest amount of profit is like 800 plus, and there's 2 of them, 7 of them made 700 plus, 3 of them 600 plus, and then a whole chunk of them at 500 plus. Only a few people lost money. Out of all these years, only 5 people lost money on paper. 200 plus of them make money. This is definitely a way better place to park your investment. And no matter how high, example, you have 6.something%, you have almost twice the rental yield. How much can you make more per year? Maybe 2,000. Okay, let's talk about maybe over 2-3 better. Even if you do get $2,000-3,000 per month extra, 1 year you're gonna get maybe $30,000. I mean, then if you minus all the taxes, causes, everything, it's probably gonna be $20,000+. And if your property goes down, you can barely even break even. You can even barely break even and go back here. So there is no way you can fight these guys. There's absolutely no way you can do it. Please, if you have if you disagree with me, please produce the numbers and feel free to discuss with me. I'll be more than happy to discuss. I'm sorry, but I don't think there is any way that you can fight these guys for sure. On the other hand, we have this one, Canon Canopy, 3.9, almost similar, but this is definitely not near MRT. You have to walk quite a bit of distance. Most people wouldn't walk. I personally wouldn't walk, unfortunately. And this is quite a new project. Let's take a look. Chart is very healthy as well. This is the kind of development that we want to see. And I personally would invest in this kind of this kind of profitable developments because I do not need an MRT. Let's just be clear. It's not because either I drive or what. It's because I'm more focused on making my capital gains, which are the main focus compared to rental yield. I'm not too particular about rental yield. As long as it rents out, covers all my causes, I'm just waiting for the right time so that I can exit on capital gains. I have seen quite a lot of developments that are like way below the 3% rental yield mark, and they are making a truckloads of money. I don't think these guys are gonna regret. This last time I should have just went for a project with higher rental yield because I'm running short on money. When they finally exit, I bet these guys are the ones laughing their pants off. Okay, this is Canopy. 93 of them exited with profits, highest being 700 plus, and then there's absolutely none of them who lost money on paper. Okay, this is the kind of development that we want to see. Very healthy 6-figure development. Then we have another one. Only recently, then the MRT came out, maybe about 2 years ago, and people were raving, because of the MRT, that's why the price gone up. Unfortunately, no. I've mentioned it somewhere in my past videos before. I'm not going to talk about this because this is not the main focus today. But it is definitely not because of the MRT. That's why there was a capital appreciation. Let's see. Rental yield, only 3 point something, which is still decent. Like I said, it's not the best, but it's still decent. In fact, prices even dropped, and a lot of people will probably think that it's probably a shitty project at that point. And look at where it is today, because a lot of people fail to see. A lot of people at that point, I remember they were like making a truckload of noise, saying that it's a shitty location, it's like not in the middle of nowhere, and then blah blah blah. And now people are like, last time I should have this, last time I should have that. The typical excuses last time here and there lah. Okay, so it just boils down to whether we want to be the ones making the excuses. Of course, have I seen clients that regret this way? So many of them. I mean, we cannot help everyone. We cannot convert everyone. No matter which line you are in, you can claim that you are the best salesperson, you are the best persuader, or here and there. There will be people that you cannot convince, but that's totally fine, because eventually when they see the hard truth, they're just gonna give themselves a slap, and then know that last time I should have done this, last time I should have done that. It's just a matter of whether we want to put ourselves in their shoes, or you want to put yourself in the profitable people's shoes lah. Profitable, this one has even hit $1 million for a leasehold project. Quite a few of them, 900 plus, 800 plus, 700 plus, a whole chunk of them. for a relatively shitty location, well, I think this is really not bad, given that rental yield is not one of the highest in Singapore, like what a lot of people are looking. A lot of people, oh, you know, must be near MRT, must be more, must be even near a hospital or whatever. I don't know lah. Sometimes hypes like to change over time. There's no way we can always keep up these kind of things lah. Okay, the last one we are looking at, this is definitely not walkable to MRT, trust me, I know already, and this is below 3%. We look at how much the prices has moved, healthy, okay, and these are the huge chunk of profits, and out of all these years, 99% on, and just nice 100 transactions, right? 99% of them were profitable. Only one guy, unfortunately, didn't make money, but the whole picture is $1 million profit. And this is not near MRT, this is not near big shopping mall, this is not near whatever here and there, and it's still making money. That's why is your rental yield focus, especially getting into recent hype of all these upcoming projects that's going to be launched over the weekend, is it really justifiable or not? Especially if we are looking at property as an investment. Unless you're telling me you really love the place, you're going to stay there, then it's a totally different story. Please feel free to shut this video down. But if you're looking to maximize your yield, ROI, having better returns on your investment, then you have to be more objective and know that you shouldn't be myopic. Because a lot of people are very myopic. They do not have the ability to see clearly when they are far away, and then they only regret when they finally reach that point in the future, and then look back, last time I should have considered this, last time I should have considered that, I shouldn't have put my own personal preference, I should have remained objective. We have seen in recent completed projects how results are versus how they were being thought out to be at that point. We even have quite some professional reviewers giving bad reviews here and there, but the things turn out fine, right? So at the end of the day, make sure you stay objective and really know what are your options. And now given that these two upcoming projects are going to be launched in the next, when was this, today is Thursday, right? So probably 2 more days, maybe tomorrow we'll start the VIP sales, and then you're going to start seeing developers throwing out price increments, or having today we literally just had one very very sudden price increment from developer. But unfortunately, those people who fail to act, they fail to see on the fence, they are just gonna be bombarded with all this pressure lah. And when these two launches, people don't get their choice units, they'll end up going towards the whatever is available on the market already. And when developers sense this coming in, I think we all know what to expect lah. Okay, let's just think about it before you complain about developers. If you were in the developer's shoes, what will you do? Okay, that's something that a lot of people fail to understand. If you were in the shoes of the developer, will you do exactly what they did over the past few years? Which is to obviously push the prices when you know there's demand, right? Because you're not a charitable organization. You want to be profitable because you need to answer to your shareholders, and you need to keep the company running. That is why they do what they do, and it's perfectly understandable. And I would also expect, I will also encourage them to do it, because ultimately this is how those who take actions, they are the ones that's able to reap the benefits lah. Okay, that will be all we have for today. And then make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you find that this video helps you. So that will be all. See you guys. Bye bye.